Greetings, witchy friends and enchanted ones. Welcome to Intuitive Art Mediums for this witch's reading. We have 3 different piles to choose from. Pile 1 is the Witch's Kitchen. Pile 2 is Witch's Wisdom. And pile 3 is Witch's Familiars. And I will also be using Believe in Your Own Magic, as well as the Witching Hour Oracle. So take your time in choosing your pile. You may be drawn to more than one pile, and that's your intuition letting you know that there's a message for you in that pile as well. I'll begin with pile 1. There'll be timestamps down below for the other readings, and I will meet you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you were drawn to the Witch's Kitchen Oracle cards, welcome to your reading. We're going to begin your reading with 3 cards from the Witch's Kitchen. Please keep in mind that these are general tarot readings, so only go with the messages that resonate with you and leave the rest behind. And we have for you seaweed with prediction. Next, we have garlic with repel. And then we have blackberry with evasive. So I feel like that you are feeling that there's an evasive energy that you feel the need to repel. And there is a prediction. You might be having dreams. Perhaps this card reading is just giving you confirmation to what you have been feeling. What kind of energies feel evasive to you? Keep in mind, blackberry is a prickly shrub. And although that it provides us with blackberries, the fruit of blackberries, it can be an invasive plant. And with the garlic, repelling negativity. So I feel like that whatever energy you are feeling that is evasive to you, you are taking precautions to repel that energy. And I feel like that with the seaweed, you are already having these feelings that there are these evasive energies in your space or coming towards you. It could be that somebody is sending you those energies. Maybe it's to shift the way that you are thinking, or to doubt yourself, or cloud your judgment. And maybe, it's just negative people that are invading your thoughts, invading your space, and you just feel the need to repel that energy. And repelling that energy is just going to send it back to the other people. So if you are feeling this way, this reading is giving you a confirmation. And you may be having dreams about this energy or the people that are involved. You could also be doing your own readings that are giving you predictions, indications of some kind of evasive energy that is crowding out your own thoughts. And you know what thoughts are yours and what thoughts are not yours. Let's go deeper into this with the tarot. Maybe you have neighbors that are evasive and, you know, they are taking up your time. And you want your own private space. And maybe it's just, you know, they keep asking favors of you or asking you to do this or that. And it's disruptive energy for you. So we have death, transformation, changing. And I think that this kind of goes with that repelling. What can you do to repel, to end? Because the death card is about endings. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles, the seed of potential. Because with the death card, there's transformation and rebirth, and the Ace of Pentacles is the seed of that potential. Next, we have the Three of Wands, being patient with the progress. And then we have Karma. This is the Judgment card. This, I feel like that you're leaving something behind, maybe getting rid of some bad habits. There's a rebirth here. The Judgment card is about rebirth, starting something new. And to me, that does go very nicely with the Death card, because there is a renewal here. There's a potential for renewal, and you are in the progress of that renewal. And then we have the Emperor, sitting on your own throne, making your own choices, and you're ready for action. You may be at ease right now, but you are prepared for whatever comes your way. You are preparing for this renewal. Let's get some confirmation cards. You could also be having, you know, because predictions can show up in many different ways, where, especially if they're cautioning you or guiding you towards something, it can feel evasive, and that your spirit guides are saying, we want you to go this way, to avoid, to repel something, because there is something here that it could be a situation or people that just repel you. You don't care for their perspectives. Maybe they're trying to push their beliefs onto you, or, you know, pushing you into something that you really don't feel comfortable in doing, and it just repels you. And, you know, there's some negative people out there that, you know, are just repelling, and their messaging can be very evasive. And I feel like that you're just feeling that. And when you feel them coming with that prediction, you're going to be able to take action and stand your ground, especially with this Emperor card. I feel like that you're going to make yourself unavailable to those kinds of people and stay focused on what it is that you're trying to grow, staying focused on your potentials. Maybe telling them, you know, you're too busy to, you know, get involved with whatever it is that they're trying to pull you into. On the Death card, we have the Eight of Wands. I feel like that they are trying to scatter your energies, to scatter your focus, interrupt you. And the Eight of Wands is asking you to stay focused on your energies. I feel like that, every time you get interrupted with this being on the death card, you feel like that you have to start over. You have to take pause, and it's like, okay, where was I before this interruption? And this can be at the workplace too, with people, trying to ask you to maybe, do some of their work or help them with their workload. And it interrupts your flow. On the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Swords. And the Knights are instigators of change. And the Knight of Swords is clearing your path for your potential, keeping you focused on what you are trying to do, what you're trying to grow, what you're trying to progress with. On the Three of Wands, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, you have the Ace of Pentacles showing up here again. And I feel like that this is confirmation of staying focused on your own progress. You have the seed of potential. And though you have to be patient with the progress, you're meant to clear the way, clear the path of what is trying to push in on your energies. On karma or the judgment, we have the Six of Cups. Okay, the Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia, of memories of the past, but also with the karma card, it could be balancing this karma. There can be a renewal of friendship here as well. Quite often when the Six of Cups shows up, usually it's when someone that you haven't seen or heard from in a long time, you cross paths or you get in touch with them. And you might be thinking of them with this prediction card. They might be showing up in your dreams. And then you run into them. And this can be good or bad. Take it how it goes. But it seems like that there's a karmic connection with that person or situation. Because sometimes we get tested by similar situations that we didn't finish up in the past, showing up in the present to give us an opportunity to do the right thing, to take the right action, to maybe balance the karma, however that resonates with you. And then on the Emperor, we have the Empress. This is a beautiful, they are counterparts here. So the Empress is, with the Emperor. And this is about manifestation. What it is that you're trying to manifest is your own true potential. And I feel like that you are being tested of that conviction. And you're being tested through interruptions, through other people trying to distract and shift your energies, maybe scattering your energies. And this time around, I feel like that you're meant to stay focused on creating something that you wanted to do in the past. And this can be a positive karmic reward. Okay, let's get you a card from Believe in Your Own Magic. And we have for you Morning. The world awaits you. Okay, something that was meant to be is coming back around. The morning, you're getting an opportunity to begin again. And we have the Ace of Pentacles showing up twice, giving you confirmation that there is another morning, another opportunity. Your path is clear. You are progressing towards this potential that you have, that you're meant to have. And it could be something from your past, a memory, something or a project that is calling to you that you didn't get an opportunity to complete because your energies got scattered in the past. And now that that has cleared away, you have this new opportunity to make it happen. So the world awaits you. And at the bottom of the deck, we have expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. Now, maybe that was the mistake that you had made in the past and why you weren't able to complete that in the past, because other people did not approve of that. That's part of that evasive energy that you're meant to repel. You don't need anyone's validation to fulfill your purpose. Let's get you a Witching Hour Oracle. And we have for you the elements, back to the basics. Okay, I do like this because with the Death card, it is bringing you back to the basics. It's clearing out the past, clearing out the karma, helping to remind you what it is that you're meant to do this time around. And at the bottom of the deck, we have number 44, deep being, self-love and acceptance. Okay, yeah, see, you don't need approval from anyone else. If it feels right to you, you are meant to fulfill this. You're being given an opportunity to do something that you wanted to do in the past, or you were meant to do in the past, and you're still meant to fulfill that in this lifetime. Taking action on what it is you want to fulfill, that which you love. The Empress has the Venus sign, and she is also carrying a child, the seed of potential. So you have within you this potential that you're meant to take action on. Okay, let's get you a few cards from Making Magic. And we have Little Luxuries. Generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. That's exactly what the Empress is doing for you. Helping you to create these little luxuries. The world awaits you. Enjoying the luxury of the morning. The potential of the day. Next we have the Labyrinth. Transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration and enlightenment. And I do feel like that goes very nicely with this Death card and the Eight of Wands, to bring your energies all in one direction, and you will be able to do that. Here you may feel scattered, but the Knight of Wands on the Ace of Pentacles is clearing the path for you so that you know this potential is meant for you. And then we have Time to Shine. Creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. And you have that golden opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles and the morning. The world awaits you. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Felix Philactitius, power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. And I feel like that we are meant to have that card here for you because it is time for you to shine and experience those little luxuries, because those little luxuries will grow and manifest and create more positive experiences for you. It's your time to shine. You are transitioning to a higher level of being. That is this death card and the karma card. You are rising up from the death to rise again. And this time your path is clear, your purpose is clear. And even though you might be tested during this time, know that you are meant to tap into yourself and go with what feels right to you. Take action for your own potential, your own purpose. The path is clear. Take the path of least resistance. This is going to balance out any kind of past karma that you've been experiencing. So I'm going to end your reading here, pile 1. I hope that it was helpful for you and gave you inspiration and encouragement. And until next time, take care and blessed be, my friends. Hello, pile 2. If you were drawn to the Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards, welcome to your reading. Let's draw 3 oracle cards from the Witch's Wisdom. And we have for you candles, magic. Okay, that is very nice. Maybe some of you are doing some candle magic or making some candles with magic. And next we have broomstick with clearance. So with your broom, you can sweep away the gloom from any room. And this is clearing. Maybe some of you are making candles of clearing out the old energies to invite the new energies, clearing out negative energies. So this, I feel like that some of your magic is to clear things out. And then we have the magic circle with protection. Yes, clearing out negative energies so that you can create a circle of protection. The bottom of the deck, we have Lughnasadh with prosperity. Lughnasadh occurs on August 1st. And here I feel like, you know, this is the autumn time, doing that autumn clearing, preparing to protect for the cold weather. Candles are very warming and create a magical atmosphere. They can also burn away negative energies as your broom is clearing away. Maybe you're doing some sweeping out everything in your autumn clearing, and then setting the boundaries of protection. Okay, let's go deeper into this with some tarot. And we have for you the Two of Cups. This is a balancing energy of both divine feminine, divine masculine energies. This can also represent the beginning of a relationship. This can be a platonic relationship as well as a romantic relationship. Next, we have the Death card. And I do feel like that this is part of that clearing out all the old stuff. Because the Death represents the endings, transformation, and new beginnings. So it could be maybe you came out of an old relationship and that's ended, and there's a new relationship that's beginning. Next, we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords does represent and indicate loss, separation, divorce. She is the queen of evaluation and discernment. And I feel like that you've learned some very hard lessons in the past. And, you know, with the Death card, with every ending does come a new beginning. And maybe you just need to rebalance yourself. So I do feel like, you know, the Queen of Swords can indicate separation or divorce. And it's giving you a chance to recalibrate your relationship with yourself. And if you want a new relationship, how do you want that to look at this time in your life? Next, we have the Eight of Cups, walking away from that which doesn't serve you. You know, clearing away that which no longer serves you. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. This is the dream team makes the dream work. The Three of Pentacles is putting in that extra effort to make something special. And I feel like that your magic is clearing away this old stuff, this old emotional hurt. And you are creating something, protection, maybe protecting yourself. And you're putting a little extra magic, your special little touch onto a situation, bringing it to a higher quality. And I feel like that maybe you are looking for a better quality of life, and you are willing to put forth that effort, that extra effort to have that higher quality of life. Maybe for some of you, you just want to feel safe in your sanctuary, because the Three of Pentacles is in their sanctuary, their workshop, their studio. And maybe you do meet someone that wants to help with that potential. They may have some skill that they can offer, and together your skill, their skills come together and they balance each other out. Maybe this could have something to do with work. Maybe someone that you relied on, you know, has left. You're clearing out their old energy. Maybe it was a situation that just didn't work out for either of you or one of you, but that relationship came to an end, and, you know, either they walked away or you walked away, which leaves an opening for the right person to come in, where you balance each other's skills, you support each other. Both of you really want this project to work out for the highest good of all involved. Let's get some clarifying cards on these. Okay, this card popped out. It is the Two of Wands. On the Two of Cups, stepping out of your comfort zone. Maybe you felt like in the past you didn't deserve goodness in your life, and you got comfortable with, the negativity. Maybe you felt like that's what you deserved, but you're changing that. That attitude has shifted. You're being much more careful about who you let into your life and what you're moving towards. Because even though the Eight of Cups is walking away from a situation that no longer serves them, you are also walking towards your higher aspirations. You're walking towards the mountains. So you are walking towards your hopes and dreams. And it is of higher quality. On the Death card, we have the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of giving and receiving. Receiving the resources that you need. Now, you may need to look for them, contemplate what resources do you really need at this time, and they will be given to you. You may need to make room for that by clearing out the old, seeing what resources you do have to work with, and allow new resources to come into your life. And with this candles magic, it could be maybe you're making magical candles. Maybe that's a new business that you are creating. Maybe you already have the supplies. You just need the space to work in. On the Queen of Swords, we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, with the Queen of Swords, which is the card of, loss, separation, and divorce, you kind of feel like you got left out in the cold. But as I said with the Eight of Cups, even though you're walking away from something, you're also walking towards something, as in this Five of Pentacles. These people are out in the cold, but they're walking towards a sanctuary where there's warmth and comfort and shelter from the storm. And it could be a new place to work, a better place that you're going to be working at. On the Eight of Cups, we have Death. Okay, the Death card is shown up again. This is something that is done and over with. But you are also, death represents transformation and rebirth. On the Three of Pentacles, we have the Fool. A new journey awaits you. From this ending, a brand new journey awaits you, and you're meant to trust in the universe, trust in the energies. You are protected. Just as the Fool is protected from walking off the cliff, you are protected because you have cleared out the negative energies. You have to clear out that negative energy so that you can raise your circle, cast your circle of protection, setting boundaries. Okay, let's get you believe in your own magic. And we have for you the Phoenix. How's that for a happily ever after? Okay, rising up from the ashes. I think that is a beautiful new beginning. And that is with card number 9. 9 might be a number. It could be your life path number. At the bottom of the deck, we have number 16, Bitch Fire. Stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. If someone is treating you badly, you don't need that in your life. It's time to clear that out. We have the Queen of Wands with the Five of Pentacles. We have the Death card showing up twice. Something is done and over with for you. And you are going to rise up from this situation to something so much better. And you're going to rise up with greater wisdom. Okay, your Witching Hour card we have for you. The Witch Hunter, danger, with number 34. Beware the Witch Hunter. Okay, maybe that's why you feel the need to protect yourself. Maybe the person that you are walking away with, you know, maybe they were just trying to control you, tell you who you are when you're not that person, because sometimes people will project their negativity onto those around them, and you know who you are. I feel like that this is a bridge that needs to be burned, and you are given the opportunity to begin again. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Secret Trail with number 9 again, Ascension. And I feel like that goes with this number 9 of the Phoenix rising. You are ascending. And I feel like that somebody feels like they're getting left behind because you're rising and they are not. And so they're trying to keep you down at their level. And you are meant to rise. That is your happily ever after. Let's get you some Making Magic cards. I'm going to bring this down here, because I do feel like that you have a secret trail. You have a way to rise up for your happily ever after. You are clearing out negativity. You are clearing out danger. And I do feel like that danger is, you know, just negative people trying to keep you down. They want to control you. They want to keep you in the place that they think you deserve to be. And you are not surrendering to that. We have for you Trinket 5, manifesting money and income, with the Triple 5. Next, we have the elements. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. So you are using the elements to protect yourself. You're using candle magic. You have your broomstick to clear away the gloom, to clear out the negativity, and using magic. Candles use fire, air. They are made of material, the earth. And you can also float these candles in water to incorporate all 4 elements. Next, we have time to shine. Create the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. And to me, that is the Phoenix rising. How's that for a happily ever after? You also have the Secret Trail, Ascension, both number 9s. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. because it is your time to shine. Do not let anyone tell you differently. If somebody in your life, if a workplace does not appreciate you or make you feel like, oh, nobody else is going to hire you, they're trying to control you. They're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to make you small. And you know you're meant for something greater. You know you're meant for something better. And those are the indicators for you to leave that situation. So I'm going to end your reading here, Pile 2. I hope that it was helpful and inspiring. And know that you are rising up to greater and better things. It may be challenging and difficult to go through these transitions, but you have the ability to do so. So until next time, take care and blessed be, my friends. Hello, Pile 3. If you were drawn to the Witch's Familiars Oracle cards, welcome to your reading. We are first going to draw you a few cards from the Witch's Familiars. And we have for you the Bat with direction. Maybe some of you are trying to find a new direction, or a new direction is being shown to you. Next, we have the Magpie, addiction. Okay, maybe some of you are struggling with bad habits. You know, addiction takes many forms. It can be addiction to social media, addiction to negative behavioral patterns, and of course it can be addiction to a substance. And you are trying to shift that energy to a different direction. And then we have the Dwarf with resourceful. So I do feel like that you have resources available to you. You are being resourceful. Maybe you're finding a way to distract yourself from those negative behavioral patterns. At the bottom of the deck, we do have Horse with transcendence. So I do feel like that is a confirmation that you will be able to come out of that. Horse represents freedom as well as movement. So I do feel like that you're going to be resourceful enough and find direction. Maybe it's advice from different people that can help you stay encouraged on your new path of direction. And as you continue on in that direction, you're going to find more resources. Let's go deeper into this reading with the tarot. You know, and the addiction can also be dealing with other people that have an addiction problem. And maybe you're the one who's helping them find a new direction, helping them to be resourceful, to overcoming these behavioral patterns. And we begin with the Two of Pentacles, juggling resources, juggling your time, your energy, potential. This, of course, could also be, you know, it is about a choice. You know, which direction do you want to go? How much time and energy do you have to help other people with their addiction or your own? Because this is a general tarot reading, so only go with the energies and the messages that resonate with you. Next, we have the Emperor. Okay, even though he's sitting in his throne, he is dressed in his armor. He is ready for action. The Emperor is ruled by Aries, and we just had the Aries full moon, and that this is about taking action, as well as grounding that energy to manifest that which you want to manifest. Next, we have the Two of Cups, relationships. This can be a platonic relationship. This can be a relationship with your own divine feminine, divine masculine energies, especially with this Two of Pentacles. But this can also be, you know, juggling a relationship. Next, we have the Five of Cups. This is a card of sorrow and grief and releasing that grief. Give yourself the opportunity to grieve. And then we have the King of Cups, mastering your own emotions. Okay, maybe again, if you are dealing with someone else, you know, allow them the time to grieve and showing them ways that they can master their own emotions by being resourceful. You cannot do things for other people. They have to do it for themselves, just as you have to do what you need to do for yourself, for your well-being. Let's get some confirmation cards, clarifying cards on here for you. Okay, on the Two of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, the Queen of Swords is about loss, separation, divorce, but she's also the Queen of discernment and evaluation. I feel like that you are evaluating. Do you have time and energy for this, or do you need to go your own separate way? Is that the direction that you need to take? On the Emperor, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is focusing your energies, just as the Emperor is focusing his energies. He is sitting in his throne, but he is ready to take action if necessary. But the Ace of Swords is asking you to focus on what you need to focus on. On the Two of Cups, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, all the knights are instigators of change, and the Knight of Pentacles is where do you want to plant your seeds of potential. He is practicing patience, and he knows that it's a process. You know, just because you plant your seeds doesn't mean it's going to grow, or you have to nurture that which you want to grow. And with this Two of Cups, there is a nurturing for each other. On the Five of Cups, we have the Lovers. Okay, so with the Two of Cups and the Lovers, I do feel like that this could be a relationship situation, and you're at that point to where separating yourself from the sources of addiction. Again, this could be social media. It doesn't necessarily have to be a substance. You know, a shift of behavior. And it could be that, you know, somebody just keeps letting you down, or you're letting yourself down. This is a general reading, so these energies can go either way. On the King of Cups, we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is a card of inheritance. It is a card of family gatherings. Maybe your family can be helpful with the resource. Maybe the addiction is something that is inherited. Certain behavioral patterns that you grew up with can also be part of that addiction that you inherited. Behavioral patterns that you inherited. And I do feel like that, you know, there is, you know, some grief in relationships. Maybe that is something that you've experienced in the past. And, you know, with this Ace of Swords, I feel like that you really need to focus on your own growth with this Knight of Pentacles, being patient with the situation, but also being patient with yourself, rebalancing yourself, because the Two of Cups can be about balancing your own divine feminine, divine masculine energies. And I do feel like that, you know, there's some heavy emotions here. Okay, let's get you a card of Believe in Your Own Magic. The sun. Paint the sun back into your sky. Okay, I feel like that this is asking you, and this is with number 11, taking responsibility for your own happiness. At the bottom of the deck, we have number 4 with Mirror. Treat your body like the palace it is. So I feel like that this is saying, you know, treat yourself with respect. And that's going to teach other people to treat you with respect. And if people are not going to treat you with respect, you know which direction you need to go. It might be emotionally difficult to do so, but you may need to separate yourself from those negative situations, those negative habits, and shifting the behavior. You know, maybe instead of, you know, getting into social media and seeing, you know, what's going on in the news and getting addicted to that negative news, or, you know, maybe you're addicted to getting attention on social media. Shifting your perspective, you know, instead of getting on social media, pick up a book instead and read a book that is going to be helpful. You know, there's lots of self-help books out there. Maybe it could be about a subject matter that is interesting to you, or maybe just a story, something to distract you in a positive way, and with a story that can be helpful for you. So let's get you a card from the Witching Hour. We do have this Ten of Pentacles, which is, you know, resources, being resourceful. Also having a support system to help you be in a more positive frame of mind. Okay, and we have the Witching Hour, favorable circumstances. Okay, you can paint the sun back into your sky and create favorable circumstances. At the bottom of the deck, we have number 16 with prying eyes. Someone has their eyes on you. Okay, do you feel like somebody is constantly watching you? Because this can be, you know, somebody that is admiring you from a distance, but it could also be, you know, creepy. Somebody that is spying on you, which isn't going to be helpful. Maybe they're keeping their eye on you to make sure that you stay on your path. To, you know, if they see you relapsing into that negative behavior, they can step in and say, hey, let's go for a walk. Let's go do something instead of that. And that's another way that you can distract yourself from those addictive behaviors. Having new resources. When you feel like you want to pick up your phone and scroll through social media, go for a walk. Connect with nature, creating favorable circumstances. Get some sunshine. Maybe art therapy is going to be helpful for you with that. Paint the sun back into your sky. Being creative, finding a creative outlet can be a more positive direction than getting caught up in, you know, the negativity that is in the news. And social media, again, can be very addictive. There are people who are attention seekers, and, you know, they have to record themselves and put themselves on TikTok or social media, and it's like, to what purpose? You know, are they serving a purpose? Do you have a positive message to share with other people, or are you just doing it for the sake of doing it? I know people who will just, you know, pull out their phones and start recording themselves, and there's really no message that they're delivering. They just want to be seen. These are energy vampire kind of behavior. And, you know, do you want to be part of that? And if not, maybe you need to, you know, cut them out of your life. You know, that's that Queen of Swords with the Two of Pentacles. Do you really want to give your time over to people who don't have time for you? They're too busy. You know, I have to be recording myself and putting myself on, you know, TikTok or YouTube or whatever. I just need to be seen. I just need to get this feedback from other people, instead of, you know, are they sharing a message? Are they sharing a story? Or are they doing it just to be seen? And this can go either way. You know, do you know somebody like that? Or are you behaving that way, imitating those people? And with the Emperor and the Ace of Swords, you know, focusing on what's important to you. You know, planting the seeds that you want to nurture, what projects are important to you. And yes, it can, be sad. There can be some sadness here. And it's important to deal with those emotions. But with the Lover's card on that, I do feel like that you have, and even with the Ten of Pentacles, I do feel like that there are people around you, friends and family that love and care about you, that can help you be resourceful in mastering your emotions with that King of Cups, where, you can go with the flow. You can be spontaneous. And the more that you create these favorable circumstances, the easier it will be to paint the sun back in your sky, to choose the direction that you want to be in. And again, maybe art therapy. What kind of creativity are you into doing? You could maybe, if you like being creative, creating art projects and stuff, maybe that's something that you can create a video about, where it's more of a tutorial of how to create something, sharing your techniques in your creativity, inspiring people to try to do these projects on their own. So let's get you some cards from Making Magic. Okay, Spirit dropped this card out, and we have Tree of Life, true wisdom and making good choices in life. And I do feel like that is what this reading is all about, is about making good choices and using your wisdom to make those good choices, to creating favorable circumstances in your life. Okay, then we have On Target. Follow your ideal life path. That is the direction that you are meant to take. And then we have Safe and Happy Travel, protection from harm when journeying. So if any of you are going on any travels, that could also be a direction that you're going. And at the bottom of the deck, I think another card that goes perfect with this reading, breaking bad habits, self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. Okay, that's your true wisdom of making good choices in life and staying on target by following your ideal life path. And by following that ideal life path, which is, in a way, safe and happy travel, protection from harm when journeying, and life is a journey, and keeping yourself safe. So I'm going to end your reading here, Pile 3. This was definitely a challenging reading. It has some heavy emotions, but you're on target. You can choose the path you want to be on. So until next time, take care and blessed be, my friends.